So today we will start with our connective tissue. Let us take a overlook of this connective tissue. So we also saw the four different types of tissues: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue. So in that, the second one is the connective tissue. The connective tissue is most abundant tissue in the body. The cells forming the connective tissue are more widely separated from each other, as we have discussed. The epithelial tissue is one of the simple one, and it is again having the squamous epithelium, and one is the admit on stratified epithelium, in which we also saw the basement membrane is absent, but the more than one layers of epithelial tissue are present. So stratified corpus epithelium and non-keratinized stratified epithelium. Then connective tissue is one of the most abundant tissue which is present in our body. As we are talking about the different types of connective tissue, we also saw there are the different cells which are forms the connective tissue, and the functions of connective tissue are like binding the structure and structural support, and second function is the protection. The third function is transport. So transport is a function which is performed by the connective tissue, which is one of the liquid form of tissue. So blood is an example of this connective tissue, which is coming in the liquid type of connective tissue. And the last one is the insulation. So insulation means the protection from the external environment, and this may help in the protection of various cold and higher temperatures outside. So adipose tissue is one of the tissue which protects us from this. It performs the insulation function, the adipose tissue. Let us see the cells of connective tissue. So connective tissue excluding blood. Blood do not found in all organs, supporting specialized tissue. The the different types of cells include are fibroblast. So fibroblasts, fat cells, macrophages, leukocytes, and mast cells. So these are the different five types of connective cells. So fibroblasts are the large flat cells and irregular process. They produce collagen and elastic fibers. Then the next one is the fat cells. So these fat cells, also known as adipocytes, as we have discussed earlier, the insulation function, which is given by these adipocyte cells, adipose tissue, which is formed by these fat cells, and they vary in size and shape according to amount of fat they contain. Okay. The next one is the macrophages. These are irregular shaped cells with granules in their cytoplasm. Some are fixed, that is attached to the connective tissue fibers, and others are mobile or motile. So what is the difference between the motile and the fixed one? The fixed one is a mast cells. I got it. Sham is asking mast cells. So we will discuss about it in the coming point. So the fixed cells and motile cells. Motile cells means can move from one place to another place, while the fixed one is not move from one place to another. So macrophages are having a role in the body defense mechanism. In the previous lecture we have discussed is they digest or engulf the various debris, bacteria, and other foreign bodies which are coming in their contact in our body. Their activities are typical of those macrophages and monocyte defense system. So these are nothing but some are having also known as are present in the phagocytes in the alveoli of lungs, then Kupffer cells in liver sinusoids, fibroblast in lymph nodes, and spleen and microglial cells in the brain. The next are the leukocytes. So leukocytes are also known as the white blood cells, are normally found in small numbers in a healthy connective tissue but migrate in significant numbers during infection. they are they are playing very much important role. So leukocytes are having an important role in our body immunity or defense system. The another type of the system, the cells that are lymphocytes, which synthesize and secrete the specific antibodies into the blood in the presence of foreign material such as microbes. The next is the mast cells. So the sham, if you are listening to me, here is the question you have asked. The mast cells is one of the type of cell which is a connective tissue cell, and mast cell is having a role in our, we can say, the allergic response, and they are found in the loose connective tissue under the fibrous capsule of some organ, like example liver and spleen, in the considerable numbers. So they produce the granules which containing the heparin and histamine and other substances which are released when the cells are damaged by adipose, damaged by a disease or injury. So the mast cell has a granules which containing a specific substance which can be, we can say, the uh, immunogenic response substance like heparin, histamine, and these substances are released in response to the our disease or the injury whenever it occurs to the body. So histamine is involved in local and general inflammatory reaction, and it stimulates the secretion of gastric juice and is associated with the development of allergies and hypersensitivity states. So heparin prevents coagulation of blood, which may aid the passage of protective substances from blood to affected tissue. So these are the different types of connective tissue cells. So in this diagram, you can see here the connective tissue diagram. And it is a loose areolar connective tissue diagram. It showing the presence of this fibroblast. This is the fibroblast you can see here. Here you can see this is the fibroblast, and then those hair-like structures which are present here. These are blue color hair-like structure. These are the collagen fibers. The yellow structures, the cells which are present are the adipose tissue. Then these are the brown color are the elastic tissue. So these are the elastic tissue here. These are present. Okay. So this is the, we can call them as the connective tissue. The next we will go ahead the loose areolar connective tissue as we have saw the figure and diagram here. This is the most generalized type of connective tissue. The matrix is described in a semi-solid with many fibroblasts and some fat cells, mast cells and macrophages widely separated by elastic and collagen fibers. It is found in almost every part of body, providing the elasticity and tensile strength. It connects and supports other tissues under the skin, then between muscles, supporting blood vessels and nerves, in the alimentary canal, in glands, supporting secretory cells. So here you can see these are the functions where it is located. It is located under the skin, in the between the muscle junctions. Then functions like is supporting the blood vessels and nerves. In the alimentary canal, it is located. Adipose tissue is the second type of connective tissue, which consists of the fat cells, that is adipocytes, containing large fat globules and matrix of areolar tissue. Two types, white and brown type of adipose tissue. So white adipose tissue makes up to 20 to 25% of body weight in well-nourished adult. The amount of adipose tissue, here you can see this is the adipose tissue. The structure we have. The cells we also which are having the fat globules present in this adipocyte fat cells, and its side it is dark nucleus you can see. The next one is the fibrous tissue, which contains a maximum amount of collagen fibers and fibrosites. So this is the one of the fibrous tissue. And next is the elastic tissue. It is again having the maximum amount of elastic fibers, so it is named as the elastic tissue. So the second adipose tissue is the brown adipose tissue. One is the white and the second is the brown. So this is present in the newborn baby. It is more extensive capillary network than white adipose tissue. When brown tissue is metabolized, it produces less energy and considerably more heat than other fat, contributing to the maintenance of body temperature. Then the next types. So we also have the areolar connective tissue, that is a loose, and the second one is the dense connective tissue. And in the areolar, that is loose connective tissue, we also have the two types: the fat tissue, hmm, and two types, white and brown. The next one is the dense connective tissue, which have the fibrous tissue, then elastic tissue. So let us see the fibrous tissue. This tissue is made up mainly of closely packed bundles of collagen fibers. The diagram we also saw. Higher number of collagen fibers present in this tissue, and very little matrix is present. And the cells which are fibrocytes are few in number and found lying in rows between the bundles of fibers. Fibrous tissue is found to forming the ligaments which bind bones together, and an outer protective covering for bone called as periosteum. The next one is the you can outer it forms the outer protective covering of some organs like kidneys, lymph nodes, the brain, and also forms the muscle sheath called muscle fascia, which extend beyond the muscle to become the tendon and attaches the muscle to the bone. The next tissue is the elastic tissue. Elastic tissue is capable of considerable extension and recoil. There are few cells. There are few cells, and the matrix consists of mainly of masses of elastic fibers secreted by fibroblast. It is found in organs where alteration of shape is required. Example in large blood vessels wall, epiglottis, and the outer ears. Blood. The next one is the blood tissue. This is the fluid connective tissue. Okay, so this is fluid connective tissue. As we will go ahead, we will see the blood tissue, which contains of the plasma and the suspended cells like WBCs, RBCs, platelets. Hmm? So this is the blood tissue. Then next is the lymphoid tissue. This tissue has a semi-solid matrix structure with fine branching reticulin fibers. It contains white blood cells that are monocytes and lymphocytes. They found in blood and in lymphoid tissue. So where this founds in the lymph nodes, in the spleen organ, then palatine and pharyngeal tonsils which are present in the oral cavity, then vermiform appendix which is in the alimentary canal. So vermiform appendix is one of the excess organ, and which is having the defensive function. Then the next tissue is the cartilage. The cartilage is much firmer tissue than any other connective tissue, which have the higher strength, and these cells are called as the chondrocytes and the are less numerous. Okay, so cartilage is one of the higher we can say the higher strength tissue cartilage. They are embedded in matrix reinforced by collagen and elastic fibers. There are three types. One is the hyaline cartilage, then fibrocartilage and elastic fibrocartilage. So these forms the different structures of organs like hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage appears as a smooth bluish white tissue. Hyaline cartilage appears as a smooth bluish white tissue. The chondrocytes are in a small group within cell nest, and the matrix is solid and smooth. Hyaline cartilage is found on the surface of the parts of the bones that form the joints. Hyaline cartilage is forming the surface of parts which are bones that form joints, then forming the costal cartilages which attach the ribs to the sternum, forming part of larynx, trachea and bronchi. So this is the functions of hyaline cartilage and their locations where they are located. Then fibrocartilage, this consists of dense masses of white collagen fibers in a matrix similar to that of hyaline cartilage with the cells widely dispersed. It is a tough, slightly flexible tissue. So here the lymphoid tissue diagram has been shown. I have already shared the PDF of this book. So we are going with a syllabus, and you can refer the diagrams from that book from your PDF as we are going ahead. This is the fibrocartilage. Just we have discussed the fibrocartilage, which is having the collagen fibers and chondrocytes, and which is with good strength. The next is the elastic cartilage. This flexible tissue consists of yellow elastic fibers lying in the solid matrix. It forms the pinna of earlobe. Here you can see the your external ear is made up of the elastic cartilage. The downside ear pinna, that is the elastic fibrocartilage. The next connective tissue is the bone. Bone is a connective tissue with cells, the osteocytes, surrounded by a matrix of collagen fibers that is strengthened by inorganic salts, especially calcium and phosphate. This provides bones with their characteristic strength and rigidity. Bone also has considerable capacity for growth in the first 2 decades of life and for regeneration throughout life. Two types of bones can be identified. So the bones have a very important function, that is it supports our body structure, and it is having giving the characteristic of strength and rigidity, which is made up of inorganic salts, calcium and phosphate. So it is a hyaline cartilage. You can see the structure. This is elastic fibrocartilage. So two types of bones, that is the compact bone, solid and dense appearance, and second is the cancellous and spongy bone, spongy or fine honeycomb appearance bone. So these are describes in detail in the bone. So we are going with the brief here. The next tissue is the muscle tissue. So we have finished the connective tissue and their types. The next is the muscle tissue. So you have to cover this from your own. In the next lecture, we will discuss it. Okay. The muscle tissue, the three types: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. So we have given the, I want to give you an assignment here. You have to write a description about muscle tissue. Okay. Anatomy of muscle tissue. That is, you have to write in a, just take a 2 separate pages, joint pages of notebook, a long notebook, and write down assignment number 1, HAP1. Okay. Muscle tissue, and write it from the book. The muscle tissue, the all the material of the muscle tissue you have to write. Okay. The muscle tissue, only muscle tissue, its physiology and structure diagrams, all these things you have to write from the book. Okay. So just we will take the brief here. The muscle tissue is the skeletal, having the three types, consist of the specialized contractile cells, skeletal muscles, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. So skeletal muscle is may describe as the skeletal striated stripe voluntary muscles. It is voluntary because contraction is under conscious control, means it is under the our willpower control. So this is the diagram. Here you can see this is the tendon we are taking, and we have taken the section. Inside it is showing the structure here, endomysium, then muscle fiber, the long fibers are present there, then sarcolemma, then perimysium is present, epimysium is outer layer of the muscle tissue, and this is showing the structure. In the single fiber is again showing the structure here. These are the myofibrils, then sarcolemma is the this is, and the nucleus are present there. So these are the striated muscle. This is the sarcomere, the distance between two strips, and the sarcomere is elaborated again here. You can see these are the myosin and actin filaments here. So this is the myosin filaments, while these are horizontal brown color line in the actin filament. So this is the relaxed one, and this is the contracted one. So the distance contracted means the distance coming toward the two strips here. These two strips are away from each other, while here in the contraction state, these two strips are coming towards the each other. So we will stop here today. Just go through that. I have given that assignment, complete that assignment, and in the next lecture we will discuss our further topic. Okay.